Donald, it's not, as you know. 15 cent. 15 cent. Oh. I'd like to talk about brass tacks, Donald. Yes. As you know, Mr. Trump, you get down to the wire. I get down to the wire. I know you want this war to end, Donald, and I do too. See this stuff here? Capacitors, diodes, analog crap that used to be very inexpensive. Now, thankfully to the war effort, costs an absolute fortune. Capacitors and diodes. Most of these. See this guy here? I'm going to bring you down here if I can. Hope you can see it. This guy here. That's New York City. Capacitors and diodes. Oh yes, I was very happy with this. It's something I've always wanted. What else we got here? Full tone. Half of this works. You know, I've got very limited time. This is American. Sounds beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's like nothing I've ever owned. Half of it works. These are American capacitors and diodes. That's also an American. This is Taiwan. Oh shit, that's not China. That's China. Don't mind that. That's my favorite. This is Taiwan. This is American. It's actually a plastic components and fell apart a bit. Anyway, Donald, I'm talking about the brass tacks. 15 cents. It all costs a fortune now. And also, while I'm on the topic, I'm going to be a hippie. I used to live on soybeans. Very happily live on soybeans. I know it takes about 2 fields. I don't know how many acres of soybeans for every tank shell. Every single tank shell. I know, like, it's so awesome. Oh, let the war go on. We'll starve out the vegan hippies. Every tank shell needs like 2 or 3 acres of soybeans. Soybeans. And that's all we eat. Now, soybeans, don't kill us all. They're going to load us more war, starve the hippies. Send the hippies to war. Might be soybeans out there in Ukraine. Soybeans. I love soybeans, man. They're so good. Magical. And that's why they're in tank shells, because they're so good for you. Because they're so good for you. I know. So yeah. Just no tofu. Because of the war. Because you're all shooting each other with big tank shells. Just no soybeans. And there's no capacitors or diodes. American capacitors and American diodes. And they're all insanely expensive. And every single guitar shop in Ireland has gone because everybody's just running in and robbing shit to pay crack or something. The way the world, our economy is shifted towards crack cocaine and selling everything you own and robbing everything you can to fund the crack cocaine. It's the crack cocaine. It's sodium bicarbonate and some sort of bad speed mixed together. C1 higher chemistry, C1 honors chemistry. So yes, we want the war to end so the diodes and capacitors and electroharmonics will stay in business. We want these good, proud, honest, real American country made in New York City to survive. We want Taiwan to survive. We also want to see Taiwan survive. I swear, Donald, I know it's from China, but just it's so good. It's so beautiful. I love that. It's probably my favorite. Taiwan. Anyway, that's not from China. That's from Amazon or something. That's the worst thing. It's not really. While I have you on the topic of capacitors and diodes, and I know you're making friends with Putin, so this is for Putin. This isn't for you. Putin, hi, it's John. How's things? If Russia, I know you've got all the capacitors and diodes, okay? You got the best ones. And guitarists don't even want the best ones, we want the old ones and the weird ones. I'm talking like JHS. And JHS actually collects Sovtek amps and stuff and weird old crappy Russian stuff, which used to be very connected to EHX, Electroharmonics, Sovtek. Putin. Yeah. I'm talking about brass tacks with Putin. I'm talking capacitors and diodes and resistors. You've got the best stuff. You might have the Sovtek factories and stuff. If you really, I know this American appeal, like Russia and American appeal. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, Zelensky and Ukraine for like talking about this. If you release Russian pedals on a kind of scale of EHX, you could be friends again. And you have like the nuke, and the nuke is like a preamp. You don't want too much weird stuff. You just wanted like a compressor, a preamp, a fucking overdrive or distortion with Russian components. Russian. And it's going to be dirt available because you have all the capacitors and diodes in the world, so that people will love it. You know what I mean? Absolutely love it. I got the, and you have a radioactive pedal, you know, with like a radioactive level or something. Call it wormwood. No, that's very disrespectful. Um, you know what I mean? You got all the capacitors and diodes, and you probably stole all the soybeans from Ukraine. So anyway, make good use of them. I want Tahu, German. You know Germany, know about it. Where's all the Tahu gone? I used to love Tahu tofu. Where's all my Tahu, German Tahu gone? To Ukraine, you know what I mean? I want cheap capacitors and tofu on shelves. Not even cheap tofu. I want tofu on shelves. So yep, the war must stop. If we want, you know, celibate, lazy, single, alcoholic males to survive this war, you know what I mean? Sainted and celibate. Yeah, you know, you want us to survive. You know? All our many contributions. Yeah, probably have a few fucking medals due. I destroyed the devil and I rebuilt it. I probably done that a few times, torn it all down and built it back up and then tore it down. Did you ever watch Fred Divna? Fred Divna. That's a man. That's a man. Fred Divna. I don't believe he's real. I don't know. I think it's a BBC AI reel, but it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And he destroys his own thing at the end. There's this weird music, and it kind of gets a bit tense, and he destroys his own. But you want to see it, man? It doesn't make sense, really. If you're watching it, it doesn't make sense. And he gets sent out to be killed. He's sent out to an island, and he's kind of working on the island, shoveling an entire island instead of using dynamite. He's like, oh, because it'll bother the fish. But he befriends the guy that was supposed to kill him. And, you know, he's working so hard. Your man doesn't kill him. Fred Divna. Yeah, love it. I just love it. It's going to be most of my artwork on the first album. It's just going to all be Fred Divna. I give this shit away. I was talking about, oh yeah, I want capacitors and I want tofu. I'm hungry. All right.